Hi everybody, Graham here. We're a minute early actually today, but I have managed to get everything set up and running, so we might as well get started. We're here with the updates for today, the 29th of March, and they are the updates for We Share Abundance, which is a cloud nation. We've been around for about 5 years now, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. And we are now in a position where we are expanding our economy to improve the liquidity and value of our currency, and that'll benefit all our citizens. All our citizens hold our currency because we give it to them free every month. And anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. It's just a case of coming along, registering, proving you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. Lots of things that you can get involved in if you want to, but it's entirely optional. We have also a non-separatist policy or ideology within our community, and that means we don't separate people into different groups based on what they look like, where they come from, what gender they are, how much money they've got, what education level they are at, or anything else. We just simply see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, and therefore all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that'll help us with that ideology. And before that, we'll have a very short prayer to help us find true happiness in life, not short-term pleasure. You'll get that when you pay off your credit cards and you buy that new house you've always wanted and this sort of thing. But I'm talking about that happiness that is within you that really can't be destroyed. Yeah, there'll be peaks of pleasure and there'll be little bits of sadness that occur occasionally. But basically, you'll always have that inner joy, that peace of mind within you. And it's something that everybody seeks. A lot of people that have a lot of material success, they've got pretty much everything that they want and need in life financially, they've got lots of money, but they're still searching for something and they don't know what it is, and it is that true happiness, and they can't buy it. Nobody can buy it. You can only get it through loving service to other people. And the great thing about being of loving service to other people is it attracts into your life everything else that you want and need. It'll attract that happiness, that joy, that will just follow you. If you need money, it'll appear. If you want to travel, you'll get the opportunities. If you're seeking relationships, people will come into your life almost unexpectedly and magically. It's a wonderful way of living your life. And that's what our little prayer is about. But before we have the prayer and the affirmation, let me welcome you. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, we have a lot of people watch the recordings. Not everybody can make 7 p.m. London time. And so we've recorded these ever since day one. I think we missed about 3 or 4 days. I'm not sure it's as many as 4, but we missed an odd one here and there over 5 years. And there may have been an odd one that's been not recorded somehow for some reason. But other than that, they're all available. And we should be streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as being here in our link. Now, if you have difficulty with my accent or my language, which is English, then to be in our link is a really good option, because you can click on a little icon at the top that says View, and down at the bottom of that icon there is an option that says View Captions Translation. And if you click on that, it opens a bar at the bottom of the app that you're in, and it turns into text everything that I say. And initially that will be in English. But if you go to the right of that bar, there is a little arrow thing. If you click on that, that opens a menu with different languages. So it may be that you want it to be in Hindi or Japanese or Spanish. It doesn't matter. You click on the language you want and it will convert that speech text into that language and help you to follow things and get the right information. So big welcome to you, as I say. I know we've got a few people in here live already. We've got a few people in the app and we've got a few people watching on YouTube. So let me just have a look who we've got. We've got Lewis in from Lisbon in Portugal. And we've got Ramachandra in from Watford in England. We've got Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. We've got Peter from the Cameroon. We've got Peter from Toronto in Canada. We've got Sam from Nigeria. Mary from Chicago, USA. We've got, who else have we got? We've got Bozina in from, oops, it's moved everything too far for me. We've got Bozina in from Slovenia in Europe. Werner from South Africa. Nankiep from Nigeria. Derek from Wado City in Nigeria. Peter from Cameroon. Don from British Columbia in Canada. Vancouver Island, I know is in a very beautiful part of the world. I've never been there, but I have a friend that lives in that area. We've got also Toby in from Nigeria, and Richard, a very welcome return. He's been missing for a while, but he was here yesterday and again today from Devon in England. So let's get started right away now with that little prayer and the affirmation. I see we've got a couple of other people that I haven't mentioned in the chat. We've got Maya in from Southeast England. I think some Toby were in the chat. Okay, right, let's get started with that little prayer and the affirmation. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask you to please bless all the members of We Share Abundance, that they may fill their hearts with unconditional love, and that through that love find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation: we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world, as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Right, Saturday now. The developers don't normally work Saturday, but in view of what's happened and transpired when we lost all our sites, I think it was last Tuesday, they both elected to come in today, and we've been working away, and we made progress, but not enough to really show anything really amazing. We have encountered a few things that are not right, that need fixing, and that's good. Some of the cron jobs that we have. Cron jobs are things that run automatically to update everybody's information or whatever it is that we need to run automatically. Some of those are not running as well as they should, or not at all, or not working correctly for whatever reason. And sometimes it takes a little bit of investigation to find out why and what's going on. And a lot of today has been spent in that type of thing, you know, just ferreting around in the back saying, why isn't this working like it should? And it can take a considerable amount of time, but we've had people working on that. We still haven't been able to run the matrix for the 14th of March for the ShareHope program. But we should be able to do that Monday. I hope and pray that our developers don't come in on Sunday, not because we don't need them, but because they deserve to take a day out. It's very time-consuming and mentally difficult when you're trying to do new things and create new things and rebuild things from the ashes. You know, we're like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And so I'm hoping it'll be sort of Monday when we really get back into doing things in a big way again. I'm hopeful that we'll get it all sorted. Well, I don't expect us to get it all sorted out by Monday, but I'm hopeful that we can get enough sorted out that people will say, oh yeah, okay, this is where I should be, or nearly, by the end of the month. But if we don't, we don't. We'll keep working on it until we do. There are one or two things I know that will require people to do some things that they did perfectly correctly anyway. And those are things that happened in mainly in the week from the 14th, I think. Yeah, the 14th to the 22nd. But it can go back as far as the 12th. But mainly it's that period, 14th to the 22nd. And that, for example, is people that registered, did everything right, got their welcome emails and everything else, and they can't log in. And the reason for that is they won't even be in our database. We won't have recognized that registration. They'll have to register again. They can use exactly the same information because it won't appear anywhere within our database. So that is something that really there's nothing we can do about. We don't know who those people are. We can't locate them. You as sponsors, if they registered successfully, you should have received an email with their username and email address at the time that they registered, and then you can contact them and explain the situation and ask them to register again, and then they'll be in. We are on the new server. It's working really, really well. It's a little bit faster, I think, than the old one. We're on AWS servers now, and we are moving forward steadily, as quickly as we can, but not as quickly as we would like. Okay, so we do crave your patience. Once we've added every bit of information that we can find in, if you're still not seeing what you should be seeing, then we need you to contact us and we can try and track that down. We can track things down through the blockchain if it's a crypto payment. Of course, everything is recorded on the blockchain and that is there. Other things may be even more difficult. The blockchain isn't that easy to follow, actually, but I mean, we can find things there and all the records are there. But there are other things, as I say, like new registrations that the sponsor will have had the email for, and the registrar, the new member will have had information for, but they won't be in a database because it was lost for that period of time. So there will be things that do need adjustment, even when we've managed to get all the information in. We have been trying to run the upgrades on the 777 plan. I think we're a few thousand, I can't remember how many thousands of members we were short from where we were. And we've managed to run the cron job, and we've got, I think, probably about 450 people back in that were missing from the original. But we need to get them all back in and back up. I don't know what the exact number is. I've not been taking numbers because they're really not too significant at this point in time. We still don't have the information from the old server team to get things like Multiply Visa back online. But it will happen. Patience will always achieve things. Okay, so let's have a look. Have we got any more people in? I remember seeing Richard. We've got Ajibola in from Nigeria. Please don't skip my question. I've not seen your question, but I'll have a look and see if I can find it. Why is it difficult to verify email in Treasure Island? I've no idea. Treasure Island has nothing whatsoever to do with us. I don't remember having any difficulty, but it's a long time since I registered, and I've had so many things going on that I honestly couldn't answer that for you. You need to contact their support. Let me see if I can find, I've got somebody saying there's a question missing or I've not answered a question. So let me see if I can find a question from Ajibola. No, I've been through all the chat. I can't see a question. So type it in again, please. We've got Derek from YouTube. He's from Nigeria. The withdrawals isn't working. It just keeps buffering. Yeah, we know. One of the things we're working on. We don't know why at this stage, but we've not delved into it deeply because we've been trying to get other people's accounts up to date. We'll get it working as soon as we can. That's all I can tell you. It's not been turned off or anything. It's just that when moving to the new server, some things don't work as in the way that they should. There are lots of things, you know. There's like if you place a login ad, you need to check it on the iframe checker to make sure it's going to display. The iframe checker isn't working. You know, lots of little things that we need to fix, as well as things as important as withdrawals. We know that withdrawals are so important. But we will get it all sorted out. You'll just have to have a little bit of patience. We're not talking about months, you know. We're just talking about a number of days. I don't know how many days before we get everything else sorted out, but we do need a little bit of time to just get on it. Everything takes so much time. Let's have a quick look. We've got some more people. Sam, there's no Nigeria number in Treasure Island. Why? No idea. Treasure Island has nothing to do with us, but I believe you can enter, you know, just put any country number and put any digits in there. They don't phone you or anything to verify your phone number. So I think you can just put anything in and it should allow you to register. What about raffle tickets bought after last Sunday? I don't know. In all honesty, they won't be showing. We will need to credit you for anything that you bought. I think we have a table of orders that we can check for that But if they don't appear, then once again, you know, this is something that we can't put right immediately. We will need to rectify it over time. And if you bought tickets and they're not showing, we'll track it down and we'll refund the money. Okay. If you want tickets now, actually, if you bought tickets and they're not showing, I think you'll find that there's no deduction either from your wallet. So it's just like, you know, you tried to buy a ticket, but it didn't go through. I don't think you'll see any deduction for the purchase of the tickets from your wallet. So you can just happily make another purchase, because if this raffle ticket doesn't appear, neither will the charge to your account. Okay, Peter. I just thought about that now, and that is a fact. You know, anything that you ordered in that period that doesn't show, it won't have been removed from your account. You'll just have to make it again. Archibald says, "This is my question, sir," but there's no question there. All we've got is, "This is your question," nothing else. I don't know what you're asking. Okay. So we are still working. We are still grafting away at getting everything up to date. I say we, Vishal and Devyani have done an amazing job in getting us where we are now. But some of these finer points, some of these other things are taking an awful lot of time to just get sorted out. And we'll get there. I don't know how fast, I don't know how long it'll take, but as I say, we're not looking at months or anything. It's a matter of days, just doing the right things, and we will get everything put back in place. But until we do, we can't really move forward with other things. We can't move forward with more development. We can't move forward with making random withdrawals. We've got to get everybody's wallet back where it should be. A lot of that is through the 777 plan, because that adds money automatically into your wallet. And if you had money there before and it's not there now from 777 income, it'll reappear as we get that 777 plan back to the numbers where it was. I mean, we had 45,000 or something at the last count. No, 40,455, 40,450. And I think at present, you know, we're only showing, I don't know whether this account will come up or not. If it does, I can tell you. Yeah, it does. At the moment, we've only got like 38,000 showing. So what was it? 40,500. We're missing 2,500 people. That's 2,500 commissions to people as well. Obviously, not all to one person, but 2,500 commissions to assorted people at differing levels. You know, some commissions will be high, they'll be in the hundreds of dollars, some of them will be lower. Like if you introduce somebody in level 1, you only make $4, but that's not bad. You know, you sell a $5 entry into level 1 and you make $4 on it. And the more people you put in level 1, the more will follow you through into level 2. And level 2 is still a builder situation, but it also multiplies the number of people you'll have. And when you get into level 3, that's when you start making some decent money, because it's $20 every time somebody comes in. It's actually I think $16 after the first one. So it's $16 for everybody, provided you're qualified for Power of One, which if you put in just one person a month into the level 1 at $5 and getting a $4 commission, you can actually afford to pay somebody in for $5. You get $4 back. That's cost you $1. And every time they go through into the next level with you, they generate you a lot more than $1. And as they follow you through into the higher levels, it's a real cheap way of getting people into your business. Okay. Ajibola still says, this is my question, but we've not got a question. Peter seems happy with the answer that I've given him. What else? That pretty much covers the updates. I don't know whether anybody else has got any questions or anything that they want to address, and we can cover it. I'm not sure. I've not had time to get in touch with the people at Vibe. I don't know when they're launching. I know that they plan launch to be imminent, and of course that will affect our Success Blueprint, because as soon as they launch, we can start getting people in there from the Success Blueprint and start building that team within their matrix. Hopefully we're going to get some spillover from them as well, but we're not relying on that. We can do it all on our own through the Success Blueprint at $12.50 a month instead of $250 a month. But it does require a little bit of effort from everybody just to get it all moving. And we will be making a little bit of changes to that to make it easier for people to get in. And if you've not managed to get your 27, there'll be an option where you can get in at the other level, that $160 or whatever it is, to get into the matrix and start generating income. And then as you get up to that 3927 level, then it'll boost your income. Okay, let's have a look. We got Bazina for the date 30th of March. I see it's possible to buy a lotto ticket. Is this true? You mean our raffle? 30th, Wednesday, 30th, tomorrow. Yeah, you can buy a raffle ticket. It should, that we've not tested it. I don't know that it's working correctly, but it should be. I know I've purchased tickets that have gone through. It's been available since we came back online. So yeah, sure, go ahead and buy. Derek, the 150 wasn't paid into every member's US wallet account. I don't know. I can only take your word for that, and we'll check on it. It should have been. So we'll have to look into that if it wasn't. In fact, what I'll do is I'll write a note now on our to-do list, and we got a lot to do, but we need to make sure that we record everything that does need to be done. Active status. And $150 award. Not showing for all members. Okay, so we'll get on to that. That's on our to-do list now. Thank you. Who was that? Was it Peter? Let me find. No, it was Derek. We'll get on to that and we'll see what we can do. It should have gone. That was my instructions, and as far as I'm aware, that's what the program was supposed to do, but we'll check on it. Sam says he hasn't seen any $150. Okay. We can look into it and we'll see what's happened. Dusty from YouTube. Yeah, I have $25 in mine. Not sure when it's supposed to arrive, but I'm not worried. No rush. Thank you. I don't know what you mean by $25. It should be $150 that we credited to everybody's US dollar wallet. Check don't look in your available cash wallet. It's not in there. It should be in your US dollar wallet. So check in there. That's where it should be. Okay. $25, Dusty. Maybe that was the balance that you had in your available cash wallet, and you're showing zero at the moment. Okay, we hopefully by the time we've done everything that we can do from the information we have, the wallets will be back and correct. Now, if they're not at that time, then we will need support tickets and we'll try and track it down and find out why. And, the more information you can give us is, for example, if you've got $25 missing, do you know how that $25 was accumulated? Because if you do, it'll help us track it down and be able to rectify any errors. But until we've made all our adjustments and done everything that we can from the information we have, run all the programs, run all the updates through the ShareHope program and through 777 plan and so on, you may find that it solves the problem for you. Once all that has been done and we say, okay, that's all we can do at this stage without getting help from the members, that's when we can get your help. Yeah, just letting you know, mine isn't reflecting correctly either. My US dollar wallet has $25 in it. Okay, your US dollar wallet is the one that should get the $150. And it looks like, we've got a few people saying it's not there. In all honesty, I've not checked my wallets and the wallets of the accounts that I look after. I've just not had time, but I will do, and we'll see if any of them have got the money, and if not, we'll look into why, because there should be a credit in there for $150 for everybody. Okay. Any more for any more? Ajibola, we've still not seen your question. You just say, answer my question, and this is my question. But there's no question there, so we can't really do anything for you. I think we might as well call it a day at that. As I say, that I've not got any numbers for you. We can't do any random allocations or anything until we get further advanced with what we're doing. We have now got the referral code being tracked. So if you do refer people, then it will track and go through onto the registration page. So the parts of the site that we have up there now do not actually have a button that you can press that goes to that referral page, but there is a link at the top for registration. Okay, so people can now register and log in from any of the pages that we have. We'll be adding more pages in, and we'll be modifying the pages to show more information, or changing the information to a button to say register now or whatever. I hope, if the developers aren't in tomorrow, which I hope they're not because I don't want them to be in. I mean, it would be lovely if they were in and working and we got moving along quicker. But if they're in, I'm constantly in touch with them, answering their questions, and they're saying, look, I found this, how do we handle this and such. And it makes it difficult for me to get anything done. So if they're not in tomorrow, maybe I'll be able to get a bit more done on the front end of the website and get that a bit more operational. But as I say, registration links are now working, and we'll be adding more pages tomorrow if the developers aren't in. If they're in, I can't guarantee that I'll have the time, because it often is very time consuming going through the things that they need to do, and how it's a good thing that they always come to me saying, how do we handle this? Because it's no good them going off and doing what they think is right and then it being wrong. So we have that good relationship with them where we work it all out together. I have a logical mind, so I can do the system side of it. I can say, okay, we need to run it this way, and I can outline the system analysis, if you like. But I can't do the programming. I just never learned programming languages and things, and I don't want to get involved in it now at this stage of my life. But yeah, from a systems point of view, I know that I can be helpful to them, and they know that, and that's why they come to me. They say, okay, this is what I've got, and what do we need, and how are we going to do it? And then we work through it all, and then they implement it in the code. Why is not Multiply Weasel not working again? Because we've not got the information to put it back yet. We've been chasing for it. They're supposed to have that information available, and they're supposed to have let us have it, but they haven't. And until they do, they're not going to get paid. So they're going to be a few $1,000s short of funds on the 1st of April until we get that information from them. What happens if some of our Success Blueprint downlines don't do their KYC? They won't be able to withdraw. They have to do their KYC. There's no reason for anybody not to do their KYC. So there you go. I think that's it, folks. We got people in. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to have people prepared to put their pictures up here as well. Like Sam and a few other people had their pictures, but they've disappeared now because they've heard that we're not doing any free cash withdrawal things, I suppose. But thank you, Sam, for putting your picture up. It's lovely when people can see that we have real people here, not just images saying this name and that name, and it may be right or it may not be right. The only one that is a fake is the one next to my name. It's in different places on your screen, but it's the one that says Cody, and that is my control screen over here, so I can see what's going on. But that's it for today, folks. Let's come back tomorrow. If the developers are in, we'll have developer updates. If they're not in, we'll have some front-end updates for you. Okay, so I'll be here 7 p.m. London time tomorrow on YouTube and Facebook but mainly in our link. And our link is where you should be, and you should get used to attending. And especially once we start those Success Blueprints webinars again, you need to attend them all if you're in the Success Blueprint or you want to find out more about it. Okay, God bless you all. I think I still really don't know what happened. Well, I should do because I've got it over here, but it always seems a bit of a funny cutoff where it used to take time and everything. I think when I press this, I lose you all like that. Boom. So God bless you all. See you all tomorrow. Bring people with you and get out there, share love and abundance, go the extra mile, be of loving service to others. You'll change not only their life for the better, but by default, your own life. God bless. How do I get out here? I go out here.